Hello YouTube. This video I'm going to be talking about music. Why the blues? Why am I so attracted to the blues? I don't know. I know that a lot of my relatives come from Mississippi, and you know that Mississippi is one of the homes of the blues, of the Mississippi Delta. I think that has something to do with it. I was born and raised in Detroit, but I have that Mississippi connection. And I think that's why I am so attracted to the blues. Now, granted, I listen to other types of music. I play other types of music also. When I was at Wayne State University, I was playing mostly classical music. I was playing a lot of Scarlatti. I was playing Bach and Paganini, some incredibly hard classical pieces I was learning at Wayne State University. But I never turned my back on the blues. A lot of people they think that blues is a simple music and that only simple musicians play that. Nothing can be farther from the truth. I remember sitting down one evening and trying to learn a Son House piece, and it's like the guitar part of it was easy, and I'm like, okay, let me memorize the lyrics, and the lyrics go on and on. It was Def Letter blues, and I'm like, oh my god, it's just going on and on and on. It's like this is master storytelling. This is not easy. And to do that from the top of your head, you know, that's similar to learning a classical piece. And you have to say it with conviction. You have to say it from the soul. You have to tell the story from the soul. So it's like, okay, I have to do this later. This is not easy, simple music. And I remember a music teacher who I have a lot of respect for, and I won't mention him here. Um, I remember one time just sitting with some friends and just playing the blues, and him giving me a kind of like a dirty look. It's like I've taught you, jazz. I've taught you all this, complicated stuff, and you're still playing the blues. And it's like this is the foundation for all the other music that you've been teaching me. I understood that when I was in my early 20s, and but I guess he didn't understand that in his 60s or 70s or whatnot. It's like no, there's something to that, and I would go on to say if you want to be a really good heavy metal guitar player or a rock guitar player or a jazz guitar player, you got to pay attention to the blues. It is something that's American made. It is something that is absolutely beautiful, and it comes from the heart. And I think that's probably why a lot of people think it's just simple music. It's like no, not if you're playing it correctly, not if you're singing from the soul. You know, but I've always been attracted to it. Blues. I've always been attracted to heavy metal, and the metal bands I listen to are the hard rock bands that I've listened to have mostly been blues based. I remember when I first started listening to Led Zeppelin. A lot of their music is blues based, and they added other stuff along with their music. A lot of Eastern influences and Arabic influences in their music. Yes. But a lot of their songs, they took a lot from Willie Dixon. They took a lot of his music and redid it. So it's something that's is spiritual in that. As I said, my parents from my mother's side is from Mississippi, so maybe I just have that blood in me just to play the blues. It all relates back to the spirituality that we have as Black folk. Also, you know, they always say that the blues artist goes to the crossroads and makes a deal with the devil, so it could be a great guitar player. Hence Robert Johnson supposedly have done that, and that's cool fiction. But I think really what was happening is they were going to the crossroads and not making a deal with the devil. They were opening the crossroads to opportunity through someone like Leba. You know, and I think that's more of um, more of it being true to what really happened. You know, I've been to the crossroads. I've made deals with Leba. You know, to open up the roads for me. So you know, it's tradition. And I've never really bought into the whole, you know, sell your soul to the devil thing. You know, it'll make for a good horror movie, but that's about it. So, who are the blues artists I listen to? I love Lightning Hopkins. I love his stuff. Those of you who are from Michigan who know um, Turbo Ted or Ted Nugent knows that he made one of Lightning Hopkins' songs famous. He used to do it in concert all the time. And that's "Baby Please Don't Go." I love that tune. Another person I like is, as I mentioned before, is Willie Dixon. I really like Howlin' Wolf. I love the way his voice resonates and the tone that he gets from his voice. And of course, Robert Johnson, who was supposedly made to deal with the devil at the crossroads. But you know, I think that's a legend. Hey, you know, they said that Paganini did the same thing or something similar. You know, that he was somehow in league with the devil because he was so good as a violinist. And rumor has it that they would pay him in gold. I don't know if that's true. And they go see Paganini in concert, and you know he would get paid in gold. But nowadays, you know, when I would go to concerts before everything got shut down because of COVID, a lot of these concerts it felt like you were paying people in gold. You know, to get front row to a Kiss concert, you know, you're talking about $1,000. It wasn't like that back in the day. I've been front row to a Kiss concert and spent only like $30. You try to go to a Kiss concert now when things open back up, you'll pay like $1,000 or more. Even Britney Spears. I was looking at now this is all before everything got shut down. I'm looking at her concerts listings and whatnot, and what the prices were. And to be front row to a Britney Spears concert was like $1,000. It's like if I would be front row to a Britney Spears concert, spend $1,000. I want to meet her. I want to do more than just sit back and watch her. You know, nothing against Britney Spears. You know. Anyway, and then there's also the more I don't want to use the word sophisticated, but I want to use some more complicated. Maybe that's a better word, or the more thought out, or the more, I don't know the correct word to use. I don't want to say better or anything like that. But understand that Coltrane played the blues too. And Miles played the blues. They did it differently. You know, they did more advanced chords and the chord changes were a lot different, but you know that was still the blues too. So, and that is something that I wish that the more African Americans would get into. I don't know why a lot of us kind of like turn our nose up to the blues. I never did. I've always liked it. I've always liked, you know, B.B. King. One of the reasons why I love Jimi Hendrix so much is because Jimi Hendrix came out of the 60s when a lot of people were paying homage to people like Howlin' Wolf and um, you know all the blues guys, you know all the Delta guys, Robert Johnson and whatnot. You know, Eric Clapton made Crossroads, you know, famous. But that's always been part of who I am, and regardless what type of music that I'm going to be playing when I get my band together, it's always going to come back to the blues. You know, I love heavy metal. You know, I love bands like Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath and all those bands. But like I said, the best of the best has always been blues based. I mean, you look at a band like Aerosmith, blues based. Led Zeppelin, blues based. You can track it down. to that very hard core of the blues that's inherent in their music. All right, so I just wanted to talk about that and kind of give you a little bit of a background why I love the blues. I had the opportunity to see Stevie Ray Vaughan before he died, and that was such a great thing. I remember waiting outside after the concert, trying to meet him, but it was getting so late. It was like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, okay, I gotta be at work the next day. And I probably should have stayed out and tried to meet him, but that was one of my great moments of seeing someone live in concert who is not longer with us. All right, until next time, love is law, and as always, peace.